In this video, I'm going to show you how to take a CSV file and convert it such that any special characters will import into the admin console properly. So special characters, as in accents on letters and tildes, are items that cannot be directly input into Blue Quill without being converted to a UTF8 format. And I know that sounds like a lot of stuff to remember, but I'm going to show you how to do that and take you through that stepped process. So the first thing I want us to look at together is the Excel file. And in other tutorials you would have seen this Excel file and have at least an understanding of how it works. But again, we're just going to concentrate on special characters. So in this case, we have special characters in the first name and the last name. And you'll notice that there are no special characters in the email or username, and this is very purposeful. Blue Quill can support special characters in the first name and the last name fields. However, it cannot support in the email or the username field. So I've taken this name, and instead of leaving that in there, I have changed it so that the username fits the appropriateness. So if for some reason I'd forgotten and I left that in there, you might be able to create the account, but the user probably will not be able to use that account. So you want to avoid that scenario if at all possible. So let's actually take a look at this and let's review that one more time. When we look at users and we look at adding a student, so we are able to have special characters in the first name field, the last name field, but we cannot have special characters in the email or the username field. So just keep that in mind. So I'm going to open up my Excel file again. So once I've added this information, so let's say I'm doing this process and I've added all the information. I have several users that have special characters, maybe some that don't. As you'll see here, there's a combination of both. So in that case, I need to make sure that I save that file. And again, I'm still going to save the CSV file like I normally would. And you can see here it's still a CSV. So that's good. So I'm going to close this file. Since I've already saved it, I can say don't save. Now this is where the steps get a little bit different. So now what we need to do is we're going to have to open up some software, and that software will allow us to do this conversion. So the software you're going to need is called Notepad Plus. Notepad is just an additional application that allows you to re-encode CSV files to work with basically other types of applications. And so you can go to this URL here, and that's where you can get that software. I've already got the software up and open and running. So now we're going to walk through that process together of opening the CSV, converting it to the appropriate format, and then saving it out, and then we'll do the upload. I'm going to get my notes up here so I make sure that I tell you the right things as we go along. So we need to open up that file. So I'm going to go to File and then open up the special character file. So we'll go to Open. It's on my desktop, so I'm going to search for it and click Open. And you'll notice it's the same type of information, but in this case it's just in what looks more like a notepad kind of idea where it's just fields. Then I need to click Encoding and then click Convert to UTF. So it doesn't look like it did anything, but what it actually did is it took those special characters here and it made it so that the file, when it uploads, the system will know what to do with it. So then I need to click on Save, and now that file is saved and I'll be able to upload it. So I'm going to close this, and now I'm going to go through that same process we looked at before, whereas I'm adding users, I can upload the CSV file and we'll do the same thing. So now we're going to go to the Enroll New Student and then to the Enroll Multiple Students. So I'm going to choose the file since I've already created it and it's encoded, and then click Open. So now it's been selected. Now in my case, I've already added a username, so I do not want to put a check mark here. I do, however, want to generate a password. In this case, I do not want it to send confirmation emails, and I don't want to do this. So always remember, you always have to decide every time how you're going to use that section. Then I'll click Submit. So now I've been able to add that user. As you can see here, it says that one record was processed. So now let's do a search. So let's verify that that actually occurred appropriately. So we're going to go to Edit Student, and then we'll type the name in. And then we see the name is right here. And it was all correct, and it shows all the information. Now, let me show you one that did not work properly. So I did this one earlier, and without doing the conversion, so for instance, I did not convert that file appropriately, and so it shows up as question marks. So that was a mistake that I made, and you can see what that looks like unfortunately, when you do make that mistake. It can be fixed, but it has to be fixed manually by going in and editing the fields here in order to fix it. So that's how you use Notepad++ to convert special characters such that they can be uploaded and integrated into the system.